Yo guys, what's going on? Alex Pandrea here, back with another video. In this video we have a few things going on. We have a few updates that I want to make you aware of, but also at the end of this video I'm going to show you a piece of my lecture that I did recently in Singapore, so thank you guys for coming out for that. But it's what I think is a very valuable piece of not only theory but just thinking in general about magic and about a lot of things. It's a small piece of my lecture, but I think it's super valuable to keep these things in mind when creating magic, when performing magic. But before we get to that, a quick update. So this Sunday coming up, in 2 days from now, we're gonna release the second batch of the Fort Knox playing cards. Now, a lot of you didn't get a chance to pick them up on the first round, so this is the second batch being released. As you may or may not know, the Fort Knox playing cards will be increasing in value $2 each week, but if you get in within the first hour, they will still be $24. So they're $24 for the first hour once I put them up, and then they're gonna increase to $26 for the second hour going on forward until the second batch is sold out. I will leave everything that you need to know in the description about all of that. Also, we have the official release of the Magic 8 collab playing cards. So we did a collaboration with a company called Magic 8. And if you remember, back in the summer, we released just a handful of them. I think they sold out in like 10 minutes. Last update I want to make you aware of is my past project. It is finished. It was supposed to be released on Black Friday, but we're going to push it back to Christmas because I do want to make it perfect. I want to make it right. So the Ultimate Past project will be released Christmas Day. I'm going to leave you guys with that. If you did like this video, go ahead, like this video, of course. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notification, do all of that stuff, and we will see you very soon. Oh, and also before I go, the contest is still happening, so hit the link in the description to see how you can win a chance to win playing cards and hang out with me and win camera equipment and all of that stuff. Alright guys, I'll shut up, enjoy the rest of the video. Peace.
Let's put our hands together and welcome Mr. Alex Pandrea.
Thank you very much, and thank you for sticking around. This is exciting. This is my favorite part of the lecture. I like to be, more up and close and personal and everything. So a lot of the ideas that I had in the first half resonate in the second half. I think my ultimate problem is diluting magic in such a way that it becomes a hokey novelty, if you know what I mean. It becomes tricks, and it becomes things that are not as powerful and as meaningful as we can make them. So whether you're a performer or an amateur, professional, or anything, I think the overall goal is to do the best magic you can, right? In the best way possible. So with that being said, the second half is going to be about that. But I think what you will get the most out of is, instead of I show you trick, I showed you a bunch that you can use right away in the first half, is how the idea of performing and the idea of what magic really is. Because here's the problem, and it goes back to what I was saying before. Pick a card, I'm going to find it, right? The overall conception, the overall preconceived notion of a magician, of what magic is, magic trick, right now, and of course it differs in different parts of the world, but overall, I think it's not taken serious. It's not taken serious, yeah? We all know some tricks. You're gonna show me a trick. Entertain me a little bit, make me smile, and have a good time, and that's fine. And that's fine if this is how you want to perform. I'm not here to tell you how you should perform or how you should not perform. But what I'm here to say is that there are, if we think a little bit more about our magic, that we can have a bigger impact on the spectators and make you unforgettable. Right now, we all are forgettable if we keep doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. We are forgettable. We just know a few tricks. That's it. He's so cool. He knows some magic tricks. Right? And for me, I don't want that. And for me, also, what I don't want is for somebody to say that I have fast hands, and that's the way I do. That's how I do the magic. All right. And for me, fast hands is a fail, in my opinion. You might not agree with me, but fast hands is a fail because that does not make you different from, let's say, any other talent. What other talents are there that people might have? They play the piano. Well, everybody knows how he does it. He practiced for a long time, and they could play the piano, correct? Juggling or, I don't know, anything, really, right? What stands out about magic is that this has a mystery factor, yeah? And the mystery factor is what we're going to use to create the magic. It's the not knowing. It's the one thing that we have that all the other things don't. So with that being said, and keeping in mind that we want to be different from everybody else, and everything that I try to do is different, in general, be different, and I think you'll have much more success. So the one example that I want to give you first and foremost is with something that we all do, double lift. Okay? Double lift looks like, does not look like that. It looks like this. I'll show you do it. Looks like this, and then it looks like that, okay? Now this action of changing the card is something that everybody does, and it's the one that we feel like that's the one that gets the reaction, right? If we could change a card, boom, really fast, it gets the reaction. And yeah, I agree. Anybody could learn to take a card, turn over 2 cards, put it like this, and then snap their fingers, and then it changes. And the spectator will not know how it's done, but they're going to reside to a few things. They're going to reside, oh, quick hands, you know. They know that the card was switched somehow, right? And this is my problem with, let's say, again, remember, I forgot to say this in the beginning, that a card is changing color, right? You know the effect Red Hot Mama Chicago opener type thing? The spectator already knows about a red bicycle card, they already know about blue bicycle cards. They know these 2 things exist. So if you're there and you're telling them that the card changed color from red to blue, they're going to think, again, that you think that they're stupid or something. They're going to go along with it and be like, oh yeah, I don't know how that, you must have switched. You must have switched it. This is the obvious answer, right? So we have to create ways around things, around the double lift, and things like that, that they have no explanation of. And this way, that the method is something either so different or it's just not even relevant anymore by the pattern that we put on top of it. So here's the way that we do this. So let's say we take the Queen of Diamonds. We'll do it in steps. This is the first step to do. Queen of Spades, I do this, and now it changes. That's the first step, and it's bad. Right? It's bad because we're diluting the magic. We all agree, right, that it's powerful to do a double lift and the card changer. We all agree that this is powerful, but we're diluting the magic because we're doing it too fast. We're not putting emphasis on it. We're not taking our time with it. And I think in general, I think we should slow down and take more time with things. Here's the second thing. Second step, Queen of Spades, yeah? Can you hold out your hands? And now it changes in their hands. It's supposed to be stronger. It's still the same thing. Again, you're diluting it, you're not taking time, you're not doing it. Third step would be maybe to do this, and here and put your other hand on top of it, and then, you know, I'm gonna try to take that queen out of your hand. Took it out of your hand, and then now it's in your hand, right? A better effect, right? A better use of it. But here is sort of the next level step, I think, in my eyes. And again, all of this is situational magic, not for gigs or not if you go table hopping or strolling, you know, down at your local pizza place. You know, you don't. This is for when you sit down and you have some friends who come. You have, you know, whether it be at school or whatever. I don't know what Sharpie this is, but we'll use it later. So it's situational magic where you have time to really bring the impact, right? You have time to put your phone in their pocket for 20 minutes and then create something here. All right, so I'm going to do a double lift. if I can today. I'm going to do a double lift and then place the card on the table. And now I'm going to get rid of the deck. All right, so here's the first level of raising it up. Getting rid of the deck is I guess you could call it time misdirection, right? Because here we'll look at this in an ambitious card. 8 of spades. As I turn over the card, all right, as I turn over the card, you don't see the card now. You push it over, you still don't see it, correct? You grab it with your hand, you still don't see it. Riffle down, you put it in the middle, you still don't see it. And now you push it in all the way, you still don't see it. So look how many steps you don't see the card. And now when it's back on top, it's back in the exact same way that it was just a second ago, all right? So this is why a lot of the times when you do an ambitious card and you do this, you ever get people go, try to see if it's right, because they think maybe it's not the card. And why? Because we're doing it fast and we're trying to, with fast hands. So I like to get rid of the deck when I do this. So 4 of diamonds, I do this and I get rid of the deck. I don't even look at it, I put it away, I put it down. Right, so it's only the one card on the table. Now from here, there's a few things that I like to do. One is to maybe put something on top of it, or maybe even not. Then I like to do this, and have the spectator grab my hand or put their hand on top of my hand. Okay, so we just put the card down. And by the way, this would be obviously a selected card. And the way that I do it with the selected card is as follows. You have a favorite card? Or one card in mind? Maybe not the ace of spades or like something obvious. Is it something random? Or is it like a king? All right, keep changing your mind over and over. I want you to get to a card that you didn't think that I would think of. All right, which one? The three of diamonds. Okay, so it could be somewhere in here. It's important that I know where it is, but not you, because you're going to be the one finding it. All right. So in that little sequence, I found the 3 of diamonds, and I control it to the top. So automatically, I never had him pick a card. I did something a little more interesting. I had him have a card in mind. Had him change his mind a few times. Get to the card, and all I did there was like there was a 3. I found it, I cut it, and I just did this, and now it's on top. Or you can cull it, or you can do a turnover pass, or you can do anything at that point. Idea is that they name a card before you even know what's happening, it's on top. None of this whole selection process or whatever. Anyway, I say, all right, I'm gonna do, switching gears. So I come here and I go, okay, so it's obviously not the top card, right? It's not this. We're gonna create something now out of basically nothing. I'm going to put my hand here, put my hand here. You put your hand on top of mine and the other hand here. All right, so the spectator would do that like this. And now I'm locked in. I can't do anything. The deck is out of the way. There's only one card here and there's a whole bunch of spectators all around. So now what's going to happen is one card is on the table. The effect is it's going to change from not their card to their card. Now you're locked in. You wait. One other thing you could do is have them close their eyes. This is something interesting. Try it out. It's very strong to do this because the reason you tell them to close their eyes, there's no reason, right? There's no reason why they should close their eyes, but you're giving them, that's when the moment is happening. You're giving them a window of when the card is changing, switching, whatever they would have had in their mind. All right, so that window of opportunity is created by you rather than created by them by doing it fast. Okay? So if that makes sense, here, they put their hand, I grab their hand like this, and now I'm stuck, and I say, okay, you're going to close our eyes, just us two. All right, and now I just want you to use your imagination. Imagine that card on the table is not the 8 anymore, or whatever we put down. All right, you said, what was the card you said? 3 of diamonds, right? We're going to use the 3 of diamonds. It's not the 8 anymore, it's the 3. Can you imagine that? Okay, perfect. Open your eyes. Now, obviously, that's impossible, right? Because we didn't do anything and nobody touched the card, right? Everybody agrees nobody touched the card. And then they let go of their hand, and then when they do this, there's enough time misdirection and enough sort of weird, I could call it weird stuff. Just do some one little weird thing that has them thinking, oh, right, this is for a reason. Can you imagine opening up your eyes, turning the card over, and it's a 3? Can you do that? They say yes. They let go. And now, what they imagined in their mind becomes reality when you turn over the card. It's super powerful, and it's become more than just a double lift now. Okay, now let's take it one step further. One step further is to do the following. Instead of telling them, can you imagine that the card now changes, right, which is insignificant to them. They don't care. The reason that people usually don't care about card magic, right, the lecture is about card magic. Card magic in itself, they really deeply care, is because it doesn't relate to them. Why should they care about a card changing from one to another? Why should they care about the red cards separating from the black cards? Why should they care? And if they don't have a reason to care, they'll just sit back, laugh, have a good time, but that's about it. If you want to get a deeper meaning into it, then you can put something that has something to do with them. So I don't necessarily like to do any of these dramatic stories of emotion and everything like that. Just a subtle touch of it that has to do with them. So maybe I sit down and before I even show them anything, I talk to you, right? You're from Sri Lanka, and maybe this and this, maybe tell me about your family, your friends, or whatever, and I actually get to know you. There's something that as magicians, we don't really care about the spectator. They're just there for our entertainment and to show off to them, right? And it sounds funny, but it's really true, right? Think about all your performances that we've done. I'm guilty of this too. I want them to look at my stuff and give me a round of applause and then think I'm cool and that's it, right? But I think there's, we could do much more. So now we can put a feeling, like an emotion towards this impossible thing. So the impossible thing is changing a card from one to another. And then what's the thing that we can put? Well, we'll just make it up. Let's say, you have something that you want to accomplish, right? Say like, I don't know, you want to get a raise at your job or finish school or get something that right now you don't know how you're going to achieve, right? So you tell them that and you tell them, can you imagine that? As we hold down like this, right? So you hold it in. Okay, when you close your eyes, you can imagine achieving this, right? Something that you don't know how you're going to get to. All right, can you do that? Perfect. Open your eyes. Good. Now we're going to take that in the same exact way. You're going to imagine doing something else impossible, changing this card to the card that you said was 3 diamonds. And it's a very childish thing to do right now, okay? But we can take it back to when we were kids. This would be something truly magical and impossible for a 5-year-old, right? To really concentrate and change that card. This is what you're going to do. And as you're doing this, I want you to think of that thing that you want to accomplish and that it's done. It's already there. You've already accomplished it, right? They do that. And now when they open up their eyes and they let go of your hand and they turn over the card and they see that this impossible thing happened and you've linked it to another impossible thing that they have in mind, well, you just changed the way that they think of something, or you just gave them something positive to feel, and now you're much more than a card magician, trickster, or whatever. Does that make sense? Right? So you're much more than that. So this is one example of how we took a double lift and we created something out of something we all do. We created a story around that particular person. So it's not about you anymore, it's about them. They chose the card, they chose their memory or their accomplishment or whatever they want to do. And, oh, perfect. Thank you, sir. Finally, they're over here. I always say it's...
I ain't a man that you've been looking for. Heart's being darker than a devil's soul.